Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the UNL Empire versus Cyclones game. I will be your host tonight. I'm Nolan, and with me here tonight is Reese. Reese, how we doing, dude?
Yeah, man, look, I'm so excited for this. I watched the Cyclones play the other day. I casted that one, and it was such a good series. I've
Mhm.
been so hyped to watch this. I'm so glad you invited me because, I mean, watching some of those players play was brilliant. And against Empire as well, it's going to be incredible.
I think you hit all the right notes there. The Empire has been the most, just phenomenal, dominant team throughout the entire regular season in prospect. And Cyclones, started off slow, and now they're much stronger than they initially were. And like I said, like you said, just watching the Cyclones play has been phenomenal, like a ton of fun. Seeing what they're able to do certainly been a journey to watch them and watching them win and get to where they are right now as an expansion team. Definitely cool to see them where they are, and like I said, I'm expecting a huge game from both teams. I think it'll be great.
Absolutely, man.
All right, so big prediction. I know you've seen the Cyclones. I know you've seen bits and pieces of the Empire, but this is a best of five. What are your thoughts on who's winning, who's taking what?
I'm not sure on this one. So I've seen Cyclones play,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, when I cast the other day, but Empire is the only team I've actually played, and I
Okay.
was obliterated by them. Wait, no, I don't know if you remember, but I mean, yeah, the game was over within the first couple minutes, honestly. So
Wow.
I think that's where my predictions got to go because I played them. I know they're good, but I've seen the Cyclones, I've seen what they can do, and honestly, I don't know. I think it could go either way.
Damn. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. My prediction lies solely with the Empire because I'm gonna tell you right now, Simba, my boy, is gonna get in there and he's just gonna know exactly what to do. You know that Simba and Chewbacca are gonna come tear it up. Loud Sound, love you, Cyclones, love you, but the Empire is just where everybody's mind has been throughout this entire regular season. I love to see a team do as well as them. But quite honestly, if the Cyclones manage to come and pull something off, I'm going to be just as happy for them when the Knights are playing them in the finals. Even though we're not in the finals yet, we're just going to be. But like I said, Empire, I absolutely think is the team to watch here. Um, I think they've done very well through this offseason, and unless they're not here with the clutch gene, there's not a lot that can go wrong.
Yeah, you're definitely right there. I mean, let's see. It's going to be an exciting one either way.
Absolutely. And it looks like we are just about ready here. Let me let these guys know that they can join up and we can bring the action live to you guys right now. Yes, for the Empire, it looks like we're going to be looking at Simba and Chewbacca, and for the Cyclones, it looks like we're looking at Real Keenan and Mr. Loud Sound. Will certainly be a great game here today. I think watching these two teams though will be a ton of fun. I think seeing what they're going to be able to do, since we saw them last time, is always going to be a ton of fun. But here we go. We've got kickoff, and Cyclones have started off hot a fair amount here. And as I'm saying it, there you go. Cyclones are always on top of that shot. They will start off early, and somebody or some some team is gonna have to realize that they're just going to start off hot. They're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah, that didn't take them long, did it? I mean, it shows why they're here. I mean, 6 seconds in, you've got to be good to get a goal this late on in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
6 seconds in.
Absolutely. Now looking at these two players right here, Simba shot from Simba, and Simba rolls it in underneath both of the Cyclones players. Look at what Simba is able to do here. Just, shot number one lands awkwardly, all according to plan, and then knocks that ball in. Just a great job there from Simba.
But that was patience, wasn't it? He knew that shot was probably going wide, but he just waited there, waited for it to drop down and just slotted it in once the keepers had known that they were going to miss it, basically.
Right. This will be, we're not even a minute in yet, and I can already tell you right now that this will be a very fun match to watch for the best of five. Now, if I'm being completely honest with you, I'm hoping that the Empire is able to take it in a dominant fashion like they're used to. But I won't lie to you, I really want to see a Game 5 happen. I want to see all these games happen. I want to see what they can do continuously. And, watching a shutout is never super, super fun. But getting to a Game 5 would be super cool with these two teams.
No, yeah, definitely. You can see the way it's going so far. No one's really dominant on possession. I mean, both are having quite decent shots. I mean, not seeing any mistakes either, which is quite nice at this stage in the game.
Absolutely, especially with this level of player as well. I think that's kind of what you meant last time, especially how they are technically, the lowest in the league scale as prospect players, but certainly kind of interesting, how they aren't making a ton of mistakes and how the passes that they should be making are just as simple as that. It makes you think that these two teams are really supposed to be here, that these two teams, earned their spot here for the right reasons.
Okay, definitely, and I mean it shows it with that little goal there as well. It was quite a nice little setup, and yeah, like you say, this is the lowest league.
Right.
But you wouldn't think it. I mean, these guys probably are now bordering on competitor. Hopefully, maybe moving up sometime soon, maybe next season.
Right.
I mean, they definitely deserve to be there. You can tell with their mechanical skill. Mechanics aren't always flip resets and their dribbles. These guys are solid on the wall. They're solid on their passes and their touches, and yeah, there you go, another one.
And, I see the Cyclones out here, they're making the right moves, but it's still just about how fast you are as the Cyclones. And if you are fast, then you're able to get up there and block the shots that Chewbacca is just going to keep laying down on you. But if you're not and if you're out of place, Chewbacca is going to make you pay. The Empire will punish you if you are out of place.
Yeah, and I mean, you see Laos out there with another decent kickoff for that last game as well. Every kickoff he seemed to take, he just seemed to win every time. Once again, happened right there as well. Nearly ended up with a goal, but not quite.
I mean, kickoff at this level is, such an important thing because people are still trying to figure out how to do their kickoffs. But ultimately, you just need to go and you need to hit the ball. That's what I do. I do some, crazy, weird mechanic. It's like called the Nolan kickoff or something like that because it's much different than how you're supposed to do it. And it's definitely that I'm doing it wrong, but it's still kind of crazy. And here we go, Simba with the shot. Wow, just watching the Empire do what they do is absolutely crazy. And it almost makes you think, if the Cyclones aren't able to beat them here, who is going to be able to beat them?
Yeah.
One right answer.
And I mean, that shot was just taken perfectly there. And once again, these shots are coming from Simba with absolute perfection, with confidence. I mean, he knows when he hits that ball, it's going in the net.
Right.
And I mean, even there, it looks like an easy kickoff goal. You can see the way that he took that, though. He knew where that was going.
No, absolutely. And, it also was a little bit unfortunate. It looked like Cyclones maybe didn't get the greatest landing there near the kickoff. But still very well placed by Simba. 2 in a row by Simba, too. Like, they're just on top of it. And that should be a goal from the Cyclones, but it's not. It hits the black post. And that, unfortunately, is not going to find its way into the net. It's going to look like a potential pass out here to Chewbacca. Chewbacca going to look to potentially take some time on this. Puts this one near the net, and Keenan going to block this one, send it back to the other side. Latza going to look to take the shot, and he misses. Both the Empire players are right next to each other. That should have been a goal by the Empire. Yeah.
Absolutely, that's really sad to see, to be honest. Getting stuck into lots with your teammate, but it happens. And to be honest, it's not like they needed that goal.
That's true. Lots of bumping your teammate. Listen, it's something I'm all familiar with. But just those bumps on your teammates are going to be crucial moving forward. Right there, it wasn't. But when it's tied and 30 seconds left in another game, you're going to be looking at something more than just sorry for bumping you. Like, it is going to be something going out in chat and something happening.
Definitely. That was a nice little demo there. Could be quite a decent chance here.
No, absolutely.
Nice little kind of pass as well.
Ball going to come center here for the Cyclones, and there you go. Loud Sound going to find the net.
I mean, there's still 50 seconds to go. What are you thinking?
You know what? I think the Empire got this one locked in the bag. But listen, I do like to say that the door is always wide open until it's not. The door is wide open until, it's absolutely not. Until this hits 2 seconds of gameplay, the Cyclones can bring it back and win. That's what I say.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I have to agree with you though. I think the Empire's got this one in the bag, but we'll see. I mean, they might end up getting a little bit cocky, a little complacent.
Right. But it's only this game, too. You still got way more games to play. You're going to have a great touch here from Keenan to put this one out to Loudsout, who should be able to score this. It looks like the Cyclones are just on top of each other. Like, I don't know what is going on. And that could have been a goal from Loudsout and just chips it a little bit too far right. But that one goes in. 10 seconds of gameplay left. The door is wide open. 2 goals within 10 seconds. You can totally do that. Come on.
Hey, it's doable. And I mean, look at that shot. Like, he weren't taking that as a missed opportunity.
Absolutely.
He might have missed that first one, but he weren't missing that chance.
Gotta go in here. Gotta go in. And unfortunately, it does not look like they are going to be able to here. Officially, your game is over. But yeah, up until that last little bit of time, I'm always going to tell you that there is an opportunity. Great demo by Simba in order to put that ball down. Yeah, that's just about what I expected from that game now. Empire was going to do just a little bit better than the Cyclones, but Cyclones should be able to take 1 or 2 of these games.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, looking at the scores, it's quite simple to see that Simba's up there with, I mean, he's hogging all the points there. I don't know if that was fully reflected in his gameplay, but he come out with the 4 goals, 3 above his teammate.
Right.
Pretty nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, that score is actually usually reversed, though. Chewbacca is usually on the top of the leaderboards.
Yeah, that's quite interesting to know, given that I've not seen too much of their gameplay, but it's nice to see a player up there with 700.
Right.
It's quite a decent score to have in Rocket League.
Right, absolutely. Listen, you get to 700 and, you do whatever you want. It means you've played well and done whatever you need to. Absolutely.
No, yeah, and look, 4 shots as well to 4 goals. That's 100% goal accuracy there. That's,
seriously.
That's something to be proud of.
You want that. It's all about the shot accuracy. The moment that you start hitting all your shots, you just kind of start to become on fire. Like you're hitting your shots. You're doing exactly what you need to be doing, and you don't usually start missing. So, props to the entire Empire team for really putting the shots on.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a huge confidence boost as well coming into this game, but just got to really hope that the Cyclones aren't feeling the heat here and
right.
Are going to be coming into this confident, fresh game, new start. Hopefully it will come out for them.
Absolutely. And I don't know whether you mentioned this or not, but the mental game too huge here, especially because they just had the game that they had.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's you just gotta pretend that you're on top of the world, pretend that you're here winning every game.
Right.
Forget that you lost, and yeah, just push through it. And I think these guys are capable of it, but the Empire are looking like quite a force right now.
Oh.
Ah.
Unfortunate touch here. Definitely not the touch that you want to make. How's that? Just unfortunate. Once again, your little Empire bump ups here. 1. And then somehow this ball manages to go in from both of these guys. Don't really know how that managed to go in. Seems like there was plenty of room there to make sure it didn't go in, but nonetheless,
yeah,
Cyclones find
the
Cyclones will find themselves up 1 and a quick strike back from Chewbacca. They will not be sitting high up for too long.
No, they weren't going to take any embarrassment there whatsoever.
Nope.
When you come straight back with a goal seconds after, I mean, I think you can forgive an own goal, can't you?
Absolutely. 1-1. 4 minutes left to go in game number 2. Empire up on the series by 1. They are going to be looking to find their second win here. Should they find their second win, it will be a win or go home scenario for the Cyclones here. But I would like to see the Cyclones personally take at least this game. Give us something to look forward to going forward.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it'd be nice to have, like you said earlier, a game five. I
Hmm.
mean, just giving these guys a little bit of an extra warm up as well. You know, it's always a little bit of a panic coming into any kind of league game. There's always anxiety and nerves.
Absolutely.
No matter if you've warmed up all day,
Hmm.
sometimes you just need a bit of an in-game warm up as well, and that might be, what's needed for the Cyclones here.
Absolutely. Moving forward with this Cyclones team, I want to see some type of bump, something from the Cyclones here. From the Empire, we've seen them, do a demo or two. We've seen them, make a couple passing plays. We've seen them do it before. But I want to see the Cyclones team do more. I've seen them do it before, but right now, in order to really grab their bearings and figure their stuff out, they need to make a demo play or passing play or some type of strategy play, or else this is just going to start happening to them as they just play their consistent defense. They got to fix it up on offense.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you need to come in this with some kind of strategy. You can't just play and hope to win. It doesn't look like they're doing that here anyway, but I think they definitely need to switch it up. Like you said, some bumps, some demos, just anything to kind of disrupt the rotation and just kind of put some fear back into them. Because as you saw with that own goal, any kind of panic does lead to mistakes, and it can lead to horrible mistakes like an own goal. And all you need to do is just put a little bit of pressure on, take a player out or two, and
Yep.
mistakes will happen.
Absolutely well said. Couldn't have said it better myself. But that's exactly what I'm looking to see right now. And this could potentially be a double, and it is from Chewbacca, who finds it off the wall and in the net. What a phenomenal job by him. But you're absolutely
there with a little pre-jump as well.
absolutely knew exactly what he was doing there. Gonna have kickoff number 5 here. Keenan gonna try to knock this one back down the other side of the field. I think that's another aspect of what we need to see here too. The real Keenan, great player. You saw him play the other day. Everybody's has seen him play before. I think we haven't seen him a ton this game. I feel like we've seen more of Loudside than we have of Keenan. And to get Keenan involved in this, playing the 1v1 v2 that they're playing right now, I need to see Keenan a bit more involved if I'm going to say that the Cyclones are going to be able to take one of these games. And they got to figure out how to get him involved now. See what I mean? That was a certain.
Yeah, and I mean Keenan and Loudside, they're very different players in the way that they play. Like I said before, Louside's quite mechanical. He does go for those kind of air dribbles.
Right.
And Keenan's quite a solid defender. He always is there. He's always there, ready for the ball, ready for the pass, ready for the defense. And they work together so well, and I think they just need to work together more in this game. They're not really connecting up very much.
Now look at this play from the Empire real quick. As we go back and look at this replay. Chewbacca knows that goal is wide open. He stops. That's... I don't even know what to say about that.
I mean, that shows when you're well in tune with your partner and your comms are great.
Trust.
I mean, I wish we could hear what they were saying, but I'm sure he was there shouting at him to get that ball in the net, and he did just that.
Oh, what a fake by Simba. And the Empire is running away with this game.
It's sad to see, but like you say, it was to be kind of expected, wasn't it? I think I had a bit of hope in my mind for the Cyclones, but this is exactly the scoreboard I had when I played them myself, and I since ranked out. And I mean, these guys are good. It's not always about rank, is it? It's about communication, and they've got that. But the Cyclones had it in that goal as well.
No, they absolutely did.
I said, their kickoffs are pretty good.
Keenan finally getting involved. That's what I want to see from Keenan. That is the start of how the Cyclones team is going to work. And I'm not going to lie to you, minute 27, that is not 4 seconds. You're going to have plenty of time. The door is still wide open for this Cyclones team right now. Plenty of opportunity left. They just need to get a couple of balls in. Keenan can score that, or not. But the point of the matter is that the door is still wide open. This Cyclones team can still come back and figure out what they need to do. They can still make the right touches. They just have to clamber down and figure it out. As it is becoming much harder for them to be able to do that, you're going to have about 10 seconds for a goal each time you go to the net. Going to be interesting here. got a minute left on the clock, and we're going to be looking at a 5-goal deficit from the Cyclones. If they want any chance of coming back and potentially winning this game, they're certainly going to have to figure out what they want to do with this now. Loud Sound is going to have to, make a couple of key calls in the VC. Say, Keenan, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Here's what you're going to do. This is how we're going to execute it. I need to see a little bit more of that. I need to hear a little bit more of that. And, door's still wide open. Until there are 4 seconds on the clock, it is doable. You are able to get a second. You're able to get a goal a second. You certainly can, but you have to start doing it now. And, I know it's crazy. Everybody thinks
10 seconds for 5 goals. It's doable.
Oh, there you go. I can hear you now. You came back.
Yeah, I can hear you either, but...
The game is over. And just to put the cherry on top, 8-2, Chewbacca going to go ahead and, finish this game off, demoralize the Cyclones team for our next game.
Yeah, and that's the tactic they're doing well. I wouldn't want to be the Cyclones right now. I know. You know what it's like when you play with me. I get demoralized so quick. I'd definitely be quite down in the dumps at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Certainly interesting. From this Empire team, they're so dominant. There's nothing you can even say about it.
Yeah, look at that. 845 and then 710.
See what I mean?
One team.
It's ridiculous. Like, how do you even get those types of stats? It's the clears, it's the passes, it's they do everything. They're doing this at the lowest level that we at UNL have to offer. Like, that's just ridiculous to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, 4 goals to both of them. It's quite a team.
Absolutely. Now, Reese, as we come back to us, the big question remains, are the Cyclones going to be able to take a game at all?
I'm not too confident on it. I want to see it, but I don't think they've got it in them. These guys are great players, but, like I said, they're going to be so demoralized now. Their confidence is going to be absolutely shot, but look, we'll see.
No, I think you're certainly right. I think, the confidence is something to, certainly think about. I think you got to remember, everything that they've been through so far. But they know that their season's on the line right now, which might be the only thing that could potentially bring them back from this game. I know Loudset prides himself on, bringing back the Cyclones, giving them a season, giving them an opportunity to be, more than just an expansion team that failed. And here they are playing in the semifinals of the final playoff bracket for Prospect League. And it's, he's done so well with it so far, and he knows that the season's on the line right now. Both of them do. Their entire Cyclones franchise's season is on the line right now. And if they lose, it's over. It's done. And the Empire will progress to the finals to play either the Raptors or the Knights.
Oh, yeah. And at this point, they've had a brilliant season, but what have they got to lose coming into this game? It's this or nothing. They've got to come in and they've got to really switch it up. They've got to come in. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to try and dent, their Empire's morale, who at the moment, They must be sky high. They must be thinking they've got this in the bag, right. And that's all you got to count on is that like I said before, that they think that they've won it. That's all you can count on really, and just switching up your play and just hoping to get some early goals.
No, absolutely right. And looking here, I just need to see the Cyclones start off just a little bit warmer than they did last time. They started off the first game. Oh, you hate to see this. They started off the first game with a goal. They started early. They scored early. They set the pace, and unfortunately they were just unable to keep up with the pace that they set. And this is an unfortunate goal here by, Chewbacca, if you're the Cyclones right now, because you definitely don't want the game starting out like this. If there was anything you wanted the game to start out as, it wasn't this.
No, absolutely. And in that kind of position, maybe something that would have helped is maybe a little bit of a bump play, and I think that's something that would help all game and all series really. Just for those type of bump plays, just bump them off the ball, give your teammate a little bit of time to come back, stall the play, slow it down a little bit.
Right.
I think that's something that would help there and will help to, throughout this whole game if the Cyclones can get on top of that.
Keenan bringing out the Ford F-150 car. We've seen him use it before, but truly amazing to see that thing back out here.
The hitbox might make a difference.
It absolutely will, and it should. It absolutely should, but definitely a beauty to watch that come out here and make an appearance. Simba!
Look at
Wow.
that solo play from Simba. I mean, that was incredible.
Just look at the jukes. Like, look what he got. Like, look at this. If he could have done this on the Samurai, we would have won the season. Oh my goodness. 2-0. About 4 minutes left to go in game number 3. Cyclones' season is on the line. If they are unable to score more than the Empire, which is how a game works, then they will indeed be looking at the end of their season. And at this point, you know, it looks like they have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left of season. Is this ball?
It's not what you want to see,
No.
but it looks like Empire are out here to get clips, and that's not the position you want to be in. And when you're the opposing team, when you can tell that you're, you know, other team are out there trying to get some nice little plays against you to clip and show off, that's never the position you want to be in. It does put you off, but you know, nice little save there for Loud Sound, bringing it back over to the other side of the field. He might be able to do something with it, but he is low on boost, so we'll see.
Keenan gonna go ahead and try to knock this one back down to the Empire side of the field. Loud should have a potential shot here, and that should be... Oh! The post! Loud meets the post for like the third time this series. I hate watching it. I want every single one of his posts to go in. So unfortunate. It just doesn't work.
Nice taking shot as well.
Yeah.
You know, where you make contact with that ball, the little bit of air roll. You know, it's such a nice shot, and it's so sad to see that not actually find its way into the net.
Keenan with a great save here. Going to toss this one back out to Chewbacca. Keenan going to go up for another one, and ultimately this ball is going to be Loud Sounds. We're going to have to... Oh, I was going to say... Earlier I saw the Empire go for a very nice passing play into a very nice demo play. And the ball didn't quite go in, but, you know, to see them doing that type of stuff and to just get a hint of it right there is absolutely crazy. And that is an unfortunate own goal.
Something you saw coming from the moment it switched over to his screen, really.
Yeah.
It's a difficult position to try and get any kind of clearance on that side. You know, any bad touch, that goal was wide open. But, you know, it happens, and like I said, what have they got to lose at this point? I mean, they've got to try their best just to save and hope they can turn it into a counter-attack. And I think that was his plan there, really. Was try and get a quick save so they could just, you know, transition it upfield, but it's not the way that he wanted it to go, really.
Oh. And let it be known that, you know, I own goal that shot, you know, 10 out of 10 times. Like, without fail, 10 out of 10 times I will hit that in any attempt to clear it. But, you know, to bring more light to just this Empire team, they have 2 minutes left to go. They're already at 4 goals. And that's nuts. Just watching their chemistry, just watching how they do things, it's just so different than the Cyclones. And quite honestly, I don't know if the Cyclones have even had a second to sit back and even, you know, attempt to realize what's been going on in this game. Because the Empire just comes and flies at them, you know, it's a continuous flurry of fists.
Yeah,
There's no time to reset.
You see the Empire out there coming in quite a good speed on their gameplay. I mean, quite a different speed from the Cyclones, but also so much patience. I mean, you see even just there, the way he just slows down a little bit, he just allows that pass to go straight to his teammate and go straight in.
Yeah.
Listen,
that's simple as it is.
It's not.
Minute 26 remaining in game number 3. The Empire wins, they will advance to the finals. If the Cyclones win this game, we will go into game number 4, and it's a crucial game here for the Cyclones. And you know, minute 20, there's plenty of time. Door is still wide open. I won't lie to you.
Oh, yeah.
I can see it happening. Certainly can. Unlikely, but it's a potential.
Yeah, anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
We see it happen.
Listen,
but, I mean, there definitely needs to be a big change in the way that they're playing right now for anything to come out of this game.
Absolutely, and more than likely, this game is over. Unfortunately, now it's Simba. No, Simba gets blocked shot by Chewbacca, but more than likely, you know, like we said, this game is unfortunately over. I wish they'd prove me wrong, but now it's officially over. I feel like the Cyclones. I don't even know what to say. Like, they're just both on the ball in an awkward spot, and you just can't do that.
Yeah, and it's so sad to see. I mean, I think in the back of my mind, I was kind of secretly rooting for the Cyclones after seeing their game the other day, seeing how well they
Oh,
played, and it's sad to see. But look, nice little definite fake kickoff there.
hmm no, absolutely. Everybody wants the underdog to win, which will essentially be anybody who plays the Empire. So if it's the Raptors or the Knights next week, everybody's going to cheer for the Raptors or the Empire. It's just that simple. The Raptors or the Knights. It's just that simple. But absolutely, as we close in on the end of the game right here, all you can hope for is that the Cyclones are able to potentially score one more. End the season with a little bit of pride, because this game is officially over. You are not going to be able to win after this point. But you could potentially score a last goal as the Cyclones, and that ball goes down. Well played by the Empire, who will be taking home a finals trip.
I mean, that's gonna be brilliant. I'm really excited for that one. I mean, I don't know who they'll be playing yet, of course, but I mean, either Knights, Knights obviously one of the best teams in the league. I'll
Oh,
say
why
that to be
thank you.
nice to you, but but yeah, either way, whoever they play, it's going to be a really really exciting match, just like this one was, to be honest.
Certainly will be, and I'm super excited for it. It's definitely going to be, it'll be a great game. Even when we watched the tournament play last time, when the Raptors did play the Empire, previously, the Raptors were able to take at least 2 games off of the Empire, and it was, a close fifth game. So, you know, Knights are the only team that have actually beat the Empire in a series during regular season,
Yeah,
and
and that's
Raptors
no
were close
surprise.
as well. So,
I mean, these guys are an absolute force. I mean, just the both of them, and I'm pretty sure from that first ever UNL game I played, I'm pretty sure I played both of them in the Empire. I'm sure it was the same two players, and I mean, it's no surprise. I couldn't beat them. I don't know however many other people will be able to beat them.
absolutely, and it looks like we're going to have our players right here come into us. Didn't make any sense. Empire,
Oh,
congratulations, fellas.
thank you, man.
Dude, look at this. You guys have been a force since day one. And here you are in the finals in Prospect League. Congratulations. Unfortunately, we don't really know who you're playing yet. It'll either be Knights or Raptors, and their game is tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune into that. But how you guys feeling right now? Finalists, here we go.
I'm feeling really good. To be completely honest with you, we've been working a lot on comms, and I'm obviously working on my shot accuracy, keeping it going, and making sure I'm hitting shots on point, because in the beginning of the season it wasn't like that at all.
Uh-huh.
But regardless, I'm happy with the way that we played, and how the season's been going. And whoever we see in the finals, I know it's going to be a fantastic match. Both teams are fantastic.
Absolutely. Both of you guys, stars of the show all season long. Chewbacca, how did you feel during that game? You guys were never down once. You guys were down once. It was the first goal that the Cyclones had. But how did Chewbacca just you played almost
Oh,
every single game this season. Played awesome every single time. How do you feel about being in the finals right now?
I feel great, man. I've been playing Rocket League all day, staying warmed up. Won my first tournament ever,
There you go,
Diamond Tourney winner. Yeah.
big man.
Yeah, me and Simba, we just been working on our rotations. I feel like that's like been our strong point. A lot of other teams like suffer with that.
hmm
So in the beginning, first match, we were struggling a little bit with that, bumping into each other.
Yep,
But
a
as
little
soon
bit.
as we hit our groove, we were just solid.
Good stuff. That's exactly just how you want to be. But yeah, congratulations, guys. Reese, anything from you? Questions?
Yeah, there's not even much to say, is there? I mean, from watching that game, what is there to say? You guys, you kept up the rotations. Like you said, bit of bumping at the start, but who doesn't do that? I mean, especially Nolan.
Oh,
But we won't mention that. But yeah, I mean, you guys were solid out there. I mean, I was watching the Cyclones play the other day, and they were pretty good. And look, I mean, you didn't do much of a dent in them, did you? I mean, no, other way around. You did much of a dent. You guys were absolutely brilliant. There's not much to say really about it, is there?
No,
Thank
I
you,
think
man. Really appreciate
I
it.
think the Cyclones are a good team. Just like a series of unfortunate events, like a lot of own goals, like all by accident too.
hmm
That
Yeah,
like probably
definitely.
killed their morale.
right. No,
We've
absolutely
definitely we've
agree.
played them a bunch of we played them a bunch of times before, and they're a very solid team. It's just that, I mean, I just feel like they cracked a little bit under the pressure, and it's unfortunate.
Absolutely. And they played well for not being at the beginning of the season completely there. They were kind of mismanaged. Dealing with a GM who was unable to schedule games, and then Loudsound comes in, and I'll continue to give him credit because credit is due here. But he came in and he was really able to turn around the team, and he got an expansion team, quote unquote, to a finals playoff game. You know what I mean? So congratulations to him
Absolutely.
everywhere, all around. But big props to the Empire for being the dominant team, making it to the finals. It's exactly what you want to see. It's the it's the story that you want UNL to remember when they think of the Empire. So absolutely, congratulations to you guys. And that'll do it here for tonight. You guys will end up playing at some point on Wednesday or Saturday. I can tell you that right now. And you guys will end up either playing the Knights or the Raptors, and it'll be a bloodbath against either of those teams. So I'm very excited
Absolutely.
for that game.
We want the Knights, man. We want our revenge.
Oh, I
yeah.
see how it is.
Definitely.
I see how it is. All right, gentlemen. Well, that has been
Thank you.
an interview. Thank you very much for coming, and we will see you guys potentially after you win your finals game, but definitely not against
Thanks.
the Knights.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
See you, gentlemen.
See you.
Reese, that is going to do it here tonight as well. Anything else from you on the night for future, for anything?
Hey, look, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, big props to the Cyclones. Like you said, they come out of a bit of a kind of rough start to the season. I mean, look, they brought it back. Might not got to the finals or won, but I mean, that doesn't matter really, does it? I mean, the achievement they've had is an achievement in itself.
Right.
And I think they should be really proud of themselves for getting this far, and the training's paid off. And there's next season, and hopefully we'll be seeing those names back up there again, competing for the finals again.
Absolutely, 100%. But guys, that'll do it here tonight. Thank you guys very much for coming and tuning in. Make sure that you guys are all tuned in for games tomorrow, games Monday, and then games Wednesday for finals. So guys, please make sure that you are subscribed. This will be your source for all of those games. And like I said, for anybody who celebrates Happy Father's Day tomorrow, from UNL, from everybody here. So absolutely, and that'll end up doing it for tonight. Reese, last thoughts.
I mean, there's not too much to say, really, is there? I mean, what a great game. Thanks to everyone for sticking around watching it. Thanks for you for casting it as always.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much for being here, and that'll do it. Everybody, stay safe. Have a great rest of your night, and enjoy your Father's Day tomorrow.